How you doing, everybody? Stock Option Sniper here. Today we're gonna go over one of my favorite topic. It's called the Wyckoff Method. Shout out to Richard Wyckoff for giving us this method and making it simple for us in understanding price action. Just an intro about Richard Wyckoff is basically there's a gentleman. He understood how that every time the composite man has a strategy in the market, he studies their footprints, the smart money footprints, and leave the strategy behind. And he just came up with the strategy. So let's get right into it. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Right, we have here Apple on the 15-minute. Now the Wyckoff method has a simple basis, right? If you look at one of my video, I go over the accumulation of the market. There's an accumulation Wyckoff and there's a distribution Wyckoff. Today I'm gonna go in depth on the accumulation Wyckoff, right? I'm having a hard time saying that. Wyckoff, right? So we have here Apple on the 15-minute. We have a great example here. So basically, Wyckoff, just in a summary, is basically a distribution, right? A face of what am I talking about? A face of accumulation. The market trying to choose a direction, right? Let's say, for example, we have a resistance here and we have a support here. So basically, it's just a transfer of money to a weaker hands. And what do I mean by that? So basically, the market comes right here, breaks structure, and once you see that, people is like, "Oh, we're taking calls." Nope, we're not. We're going down, and boom, there's a certain liquidity, which I went over that in my I went over that on my other video, right? Boom, people try to take call, market manipulation, false breakout, whatever you want to call it, and boom, goes down, and then people's like, "I'm taking puts." Next thing you know, goes right back up, and people is like, "What happened there?" Right? So I'm going to go over this and see what happened during the accumulation phase of the Wyckoff, right? So once again, we're here in Apple 15-minute. We have a great example here, right? So let's understand what goes on here. So we can see right here, we have an accumulation right here, right? If we mark it down, boom, we have an accumulation right here, right? Accumulation right there. Let's say we don't even see this, but we do, but let's just say, right? Let's do it. So we have accumulation here. So what happened in the phases of the accumulation? Well, first we have here preliminary support. Right, you gotta excuse me, you guys. Some of these words are I'm having a hard time pronouncing these words. Preliminary support, right? There it is. We have this PS. We have these support, preliminary supports, right? And then once we have that, we have here called the selling climax. Boom, right? This is where the market hits its selling. This is where the selling stops. This is where, like, okay, this is it. We gotta stop, right? Well, we don't gotta stop, but this is it right here in this phase right here, right? Selling climax. And then next, once we have those preliminary supports, selling climax, we have something called AR, right? And this AR is called automatic rally, right? Boom, that run up. And that's why I put this line right there, right? That run up right there is called AR text. Boom, AR. Automatic rally, that's what that stands for, AR, right? It's abbreviation here, AR. Boom, or you can even use this as preliminary support right here, right? This is fine, right? And then we're gonna draw a vertical line right here, and we're gonna put phase A, right? This is the phase. Phase A, boom. Right there, beautiful. So phase A, once again, is preliminary support, yes. Selling climax. Once you find that bottom, put support there, however you want, just find that bottom, right? And boom, once we find that, selling climax, now we have a run up to automatic rally, and boom. Next is we have phase B. And all we want for phase B is to retest that selling climax, right? ST. It's called second test, right? And that's all you have to worry about for phase B. Phase B. That's all we have to worry about, right? That second test, right? And along this phases, oops, what is this? Along this phases, right? We're gonna have those tests, and that's what we want, right? We want a break of structure, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in a minute, right? So we have here a second test again, right? ST, boom, ST, right? We have ST right here, and we have that as phase C, right? I even have a picture here, but this picture right here, right? We have here the accumulation, the phases, and all that stuff, right? And yeah, so basically we have here the phases, resistance. They don't put the phases, but if you look more deeper into this, they have phases on Google. You can see that, and I just like that picture because I like when things are very simple, right? Phase C. So that's we have to worry about for that test of the second test, if that makes sense, right? And then we have here something called LS, right? LS means LP, I'm sorry, LP, I was trying to say last point of support, right? LP, LPS, that's what I was trying to say. LPS, last point of support, right? We have your LPS, last point of support, right? Last point of support, meaning, and that is phase C, this is phase D, by the way, right? Vertical line, bear with me, you guys, this is phase D. Last point of support, boom, right? I'm just triple checking my work. I want to make sure I have it correct, right? And then we have that phase D, right? Phase D, boom, phase D, right? We have last point of support, and then we have here, no, actually phase D, we have to worry about certain things, right? Last point of support, I retest at that last point of support. There you go. Now I'm getting my groove back, right? Last point of support, retested that last point of support. Once we have that retest, it does not have to touch, but you see what's going on here. Boom, now we have this, and this is the spring. This is very, very important. How do you know it's a spring? This is where individuals are getting shaken off, the weak hands, right? This is where the weak hands are going to be shaken off. This is where these individuals that are taking calls, putting their stop losses around here, there's a lot of liquidity. If you look over my other video, I talk about liquidity. I even made it green in my last video, so I'll make it green here. Boom, this is liquidity. And this is where the money transfers, right? The money transfer that I talk about, the liquidity where individuals have a lot of orders here, right? Liquidity where a lot of order lies is right here. So weak hands taken out. Once they have that weak hand taken out, they have a rally. Boom, that's phase D, right? This entire thing is phase D, right? We can even see sign of strength. We also have LP, last point of support. I know, like I thought you said it was last point of support right here, but LP is basically meaning where these are where the higher highs are being created, right? That staircase is being created, right? Boom, retest, right? These are where that higher highs are being created, right? That's why this is that last point of support, right? And then we have here, right? So phase D is kind of a mission right here. We can even put this as phase D right here, right? This is possible. I don't want to confuse anybody. Just stay with me. We can take this out and put this to becoming last ST as well, the second test. That's a test. Once you go over this and really study this deeply, you can see certain structures here that it does, right? Like this right here is very beautiful. You see where prices go, and you have an understanding of what's happening in the market and price action. That's why they say price action is king. So this is looking a lot more better, right? Phase C, you're just looking for those second tests, and phase B as well. And then we have last point of support right here. And then we have that spring. and then we have another last point of support creating our higher highs, and then we have here also LP, right? LP, last point of support. I like things to be congruent, so let's just make this black, right? LP, also known as SOS, meaning it's a sign of strength. We're starting to break that structure, right? Like really break that structure. Bulls are now becoming in charge. Now we have that accumulation, that high up. Well, this gap was not prepared for, but usually what happens here is that phase E, right? Where what is fade? Let me fade. Phase E, right? Where the market has a mark up, where the market just go crazy, right? This is something called the reaccumulation, and this reaccumulation is where the market goes crazy. I have a video on market cycle, and you understand what's happening there, right? So basically, this is the Wyckoff. I didn't want to confuse everybody, but usually you find this around with the phases, as we explained right here. We have the preliminary support, selling climax, phase B, second test, phase C, all these second tests of the support. Phase D is where all that last point of support. We have this transfer right here, liquidity grab. Weak hands are getting off their position on calls, grabbing all these stop losses. And once we have all that, we have a last point of support, breaking structure right here, which is the sign of strength, meaning that we are going up, which shows the direction. Also, last point of support around this area with the sign of strength. And we have that phase E where the market just runs, right? Now we have this phase that I will go over in the next video of distribution, and it's also another Wyckoff. And then once we have that distribution on the lower time frame, we understand that this is happening right here. Also, just the opposite of what's going on the accumulation phase, right? So this is the distribution, the markdown, and we see what happened, and it just keeps on going down right here, right? So I hope you guys enjoy that accumulation of the Wyckoff. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope I added value to you guys. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence. There's a lot of videos. Once again, on YouTube, I say this because there is a lot of video, right? I appreciate all those individuals creating these content because I get better. And when I learn something new or I learn something, I give it right back to you guys and add value to you guys. Have your own understanding, right? Comments, like this video. If you guys have any way I can make this better, give me your feedback. If you guys dislike this video, it's okay. If you guys like it, it's okay. But give me how we can make this better, right? And yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Once again, I'm out. Peace.